Hello, and thank you again for joining me. It's Ronaldo Randall, the Director of Advising for the College of Sciences, but for these purposes, the pre-health advisor. And so if you're looking at this video, you're interested in being a dentist, a physician, a veterinarian, a physician assistant, an optometrist, or a pharmacist. And so before we get started in the process, which is fairly simple, let me just say that if you're interested in being any one of these professions that were mentioned, you don't have to major in anything in particular. You can major in music, you can major in sociology, you can major in biology, you can major in chemistry, you can major in business. It doesn't really matter. There are classes that you have to take and the requirements that you have to fulfill, but you don't have to be in any particular major. So the first thing you want to do is you want to opt into the pre-health listserv, and we'll give instructions on that on the next slide. You want to begin receiving, at that point that you opt into the listserv, you begin receiving emails that you will then read from prehealth@odu.edu. That's me. Then you'll attend the pre-health orientation. We have 2 pre-health orientations historically in the fall, 1 in the spring. We may actually record a pre-health orientation so that you can go back and look at it numerous times and place it on our website. At that point, once you attend the orientation, we'll talk about what are the requirements that are necessary to meet and be a part of the pre-health advising committee. And so as mentioned, on this screen is a screenshot of the pre-health website. And if you look there, they're circled in red, PHC registration form. You'll simply select that form, follow the instructions, and complete that information. You'll be placed on listserv, and you'll begin receiving emails from ODU. The emails that you will receive will be pertinent to you in your academic year and the pre-health profession that you selected. Also, you look at the top, also in red, it gives a direct link to the pre-health website. Now, if you want to go to odu.edu, you can simply search pre-health at ODU, pre-health advising, and what it'll do, it'll bring you to this page. And so that's a simple way of doing it. All right, so we'll talk about for my pre-health folks, 2 unique programs that we have here at ODU. One is the BSMD program, which is the one we're looking at now. It's a joint program between ODU and EVMS. And so essentially you have to have the requirements that are on the screen: a 3.5 GPA from high school, some experience. They want to see students taking chemistry 1 and 2 with lab in their freshman year, if possible. But the one that's in red that's at the bottom is the one that's non-negotiable. So you do have to have a 1250 combined math, critical reading, SAT, and a score of 28 on your ACT, right? So either one of those, but as long as you have that and a decent GPA, you can literally play. And so students will always ask, well, Ronaldo, can I take my SAT or ACT once I start ODU? You cannot. And this is not super scored. It's simply the combined math and critical reading for your SAT, and then the raw score for your ACT. And similarly, there's a joint program with VCOM, which is an osteopathic school in the Virginia Tech area. And so the requirements are a little bit different in terms of this is a more unique program. It's looking for specific groups. And so the first bullet will speak to that. So you have to be a permanent resident of Virginia, the Carolinas, or surrounding Appalachian region, or be from a low socioeconomic background, underserved minority. The SAT is 1,000 combined math and critical reading, and the ACT is a 24. And so the other requirements there are the same: chemistry 1 and chemistry 2 with lab. They do want you to have a cumulative GPA of a 3.5, and they also would like to see experience. Now, more detailed information on both these programs can be found on the pre-health website down there where the arrow is under joint programs. You simply go to the website, click joint programs. You can read a little bit more about the programs, what they entail, and what their requirements are. So welcome to ODU. Opt into the pre-health advisory committee listserv so you can start getting emails. The first email, one of the first emails you receive is the one for orientation. Make sure that you attend the orientation. At the orientation, you will hear from clubs, organizations, the pre-health inspired ones, and you'll hear a little bit more about the process from me and where you are, what phase you are in the process. So we'll look forward to seeing you this fall. Goodbye.